good morning, good people, good fellow humans. Bonk. My name is Edward Bevilacqua. This is Department of Career Services. It is about 6 o'clock on Thursday, September 19th, 2024. Here we are in wonderful southwestern Nevada, George Norrie country, Art Bell country, Pahrump, or Pahrumpertucky, you choose. This is Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help our students and other interested people in their journey through this life. What is the journey through this life? Well, how do we help? Let's just start with that. How do we help? We help in two fundamental ways. One is this podcast, and the second one is the worksheet attached below. The worksheet contains the work of experts in the fields for fundamental fields: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. These are the experts, the recognized experts in their field, in their fields. We provide daily videos, and primarily videos, from them and the experts in those four essential areas: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So that's one way we do it, is through the worksheet. The worksheet comprised of the experts, made up of contributions by experts. The second way is this podcast, where the purpose of the podcast is to help build better habits. Building better habits, because that's the secret. Build better habits. What is a habit? Good morning, Wadabevi, and good morning, Mr. Bojangles. Good morning, good morning. What is a habit? Habit is unconscious behavior. It's things that you do without having to think about it. And we do it no matter what. We're programmed to have habits. So the goal is to build better habits. One of the great ways to build better habits is through repetition. Create activity that you want to build a habit on, and then do it over and over and over again, to the point where you don't have to think about doing it. We do this all the time. Our morning routine is mostly made of habits. Our brain is thinking about what we're going to do later in the future, what happened in the past, etc., while our body is actually doing things like making the bed, like making coffee, brushing teeth, showering, doing all of that stuff. We don't have to do that consciously, driving our cars, etc. So we're here to help people build better habits and learn from experts. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for Johnny? So good morning. So Wadabevi, how are things in Fort Jacks? Well, so it turns out that it depends on the complexity of the habit, of how many times you need to do it for it to become a habit. And if you have to break a habit to do the new habit. Some habits take more than 60 and some take less than 30. Depends upon the habit. Not all habits are created the same. Something like smoking, where smoking releases neurotransmitters that make you feel certain ways. Those are harder to break than other ones, like stopping touching a hot stove, or doing careless things with a knife, not handling a knife properly. Those bad knife habits are easier to break than things like eating chocolate cake, eating sweets. Hard, tough habits to break. Probably 60 days might do it, but I don't know. But it's, certainly you can say, well, if I do the same thing for 60 days straight, I'll have a habit. That's probably true. But it might not take 60 days. But if you do it for 60 days, it might. Okay, Wadabevi, amazing. Fort Jacks is amazing. Okay, cool. Are you working today at either place? Are you working today at either place? And are you going to school at night? Okay, Let's get to our worksheet. Advice from an 80-year-old. Oh, the theme of today's meme is time travel. What? Time travel. What? We used to be in a blender, but now we're saving lives. What? Wonder if Wadababy remembers that experience. Yes, time travel. LOL. We used to be in a blender, but now we're saving lives. What? What movie is that from? What movie is that from? One of our favorite movies. I think we saw it together in the theater or on TV. You're not seeing YM. Flying New York is time travel. My messages, the intern. Ba-boom, ba-boom. I don't know what she's trying to say. But anyway, let's move on because time is racing. Time travel. We're going to talk about that. But first, let's talk about, I have no chat messages from you. I sent a long one yesterday about something from school. In the stream chat. Amazing moving today. Aha. No, I'm moving. Then Buddhist recovery meeting, then school. Yes. We're doing supine up about it today. I will say my mama told me that supine up a body, you never know what you're going to get. Okay, advice from an 80-year-old is become the most positive and enthusiastic person you know. I would say that could be the approach tonight for Mr. Bojangles at the event. The most positive and enthusiastic person you know. Overinflating tires. All right. What else we got here? Seth Godin. The ledge. Drowning is devastating, tragic and painful way to go. So much so that feeling like we're drowning is a trigger, an overwhelming emotion that causes us to grasp, struggle, and leave our best self behind. It's easy to experience this even when we're out of the water. When the stakes are high and time is short, we can activate drowning mode, losing our focus, resilience, and generosity. Sounds like Pahrump. Sounds like the typical person in Pahrump. The ledge can be a useful way to talk ourselves out of the spiral. If you're in 8 feet of water, it's easy to feel afraid. But once you realize that you're only a few inches away from a ledge, one you can return to whenever you like, it's possible to reset, to find your bearings. It's not that hard to imagine a ledge. Sure, the parts don't arrive on time, but our deadline isn't for a few days. Back to the ledge. Let's regroup and come up with a new plan. Yes, the project didn't work, but our budget has enough slack in it that we can try again with a new project tomorrow. The ledge is a combination of time and money. It's the buffer between here and disaster. The ledge is a foundation, a place we can find our footing as we think about the next steps. And the ledge offers perspective because we can realize that even if this moment feels momentous, it might not be. Resilient project management and risk-taking requires investing in a ledge. When we put everything on the line and cut the timing to the absolute minimum, the stakes get higher and we expose ourselves to failure. Part of the act of innovation is choosing projects we can afford to dance with. And the daily emotional work is reminding ourselves that the ledge is right there, so we can refocus and go back and be being our best. Aha, interesting. Well, that deserves a lot more thought of incorporating into our thing. Let's see. Indian, not text. It's okay. Plan to respond. Okay. Matt just had a KZ dream. Okay. Excellent. Blog today. Okay. Hi, Matt. All right. So time travel. Darren Hardy, red letter down below in the worksheet. He's saying leaders focus on the future. Workers focus on the present. The challenge for leaders is to get workers to see what the leader sees. And a way to do that is, of course, by time travel. What's going to happen in the future? So Darren Hardy talks about some exercises you can do. So you start a meeting by saying, let's imagine we're 1 hour in the future and we're talking about that this was the greatest meeting we ever had. What happened during that meeting? What happened during that meeting? This best meeting we've ever had meeting. What happened during this meeting? And then people now have to project themselves 1 hour into the future and talk about what made it the best meeting. And now they focus on that, on the accomplishments that made it the best meeting. So you could get into a car instead of people complaining, oh man, this sucks. You suck. This ride sucks. I hate going to Vegas, man, like our people do. Or they could get in a car and say, okay, let's time travel into the future and say, this was the best trip we ever had. What happened during that hour that made this the best trip possible? And of course, Matthew is going to say, we sang show tunes. Okay, so Darren Hardy's thing about time travel is to imagine you're in the future talking about something that hasn't happened yet. And Jordan Peterson would probably say the act of focusing on that is going to pull you towards that. And you're going to all work together towards that. And Yuval Harari would say what? We can cooperate in large numbers because we tell stories, fictitious stories. And if we all believe the story, then we can work together. So here the story would be, yeah, we had a great trip to Vegas. What made it so great? What did we do that made it so great? And then you focus on those things. So if Phil was going to do that tonight, he might say, okay, guys, let's imagine it's 7:30 and we're saying this was a great night. This was really a great night with the guys. What happened to make it so great? And then you do those things. Well, we had a lot of good discussion. We had a lot of good prayer. This guy would say whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then you go make it happen because now you have a goal. So let's see, we're 13 minutes in. Anything else on our hit parade? 6:13, 13 minutes in. Here's something to ponder on the spiritual side. Is it the religion of Jesus or the religion about Jesus? Bing, bing, bing. Gotcha, sucker. I think that is where the divide is now. That's the divide. So we're going to a thing where there was a religion about Jesus, not the religion of Jesus. It's not what Jesus talked about. It's what others talked about regarding him. It's the religion about Jesus as the Savior. It's the religion about Jesus died for our sins. It's about Jesus paid the price of our being worthless rags, etc., etc. It's about the price That was done because we are sinners and we are not worthy. That's the religion about Jesus. He did this for us. Here's what we need to do. Versus the religion of Jesus, which is go out, make disciples of all nations, love one another as I have loved you, and love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. Something to ponder, something for us to internalize, think about. Is this the religion of Jesus or the religion about Jesus? And I would say too much today, it's become the religion about Jesus. So when you're talking about people, or when you're quoting people who are talking about Jesus, that's very different than quoting Jesus. Or if you just quote Jesus using little flavorings, little seasoning to your message about Jesus. Problems. Okay, so that could be a quick soundbite to talk to people about the difference of what we're trying to do at Love Thy Neighbor is the religion of Jesus versus the religion about Jesus. Something to ponder. With that, everybody, hopefully Maticus Von Atticus is doing well. Let's see, he sent me a text yesterday, which I think I responded to. I said, good. He said, oh, he's coming to Pahrump soon. And when he does, he's going to get his computer and begin trying to publish his book. Good plan. Time travel, Matt. Okay, so we're going to say and cut, and cut, Shivas and Shalom.